Joining us right now is Oscar Velduin, who is a partner at TCI. Oscar, hi, I appreciate you taking the time out and joining in. Firstly, your comments on Coal India's decision on reversing the GCV price mechanism, because you don't seem to be happy with the government interference in the company's operations.
Yes, hi, good afternoon. Thank you very much for letting me elaborate on some of the points we've made in the letter which we made public, which was sent to the board of Coal India, where we threatened to take legal action if the company doesn't make a clear public commitment with respect to some of the issues raised in the letter, and foremost to align the coal prices to market levels. We, as far as I understand, GCV pricing mechanism hasn't been reversed. What has happened is that under the instruction from Coal Secretary Alok Purty, the coal price hikes which came with the implementation of GCV pricing, there was a letter sent by the Coal Secretary instructing the board of Coal India to reverse those price hikes. However, the mechanism hasn't been changed, and our concern is related to the letter which was sent, and moreover the blind implementation by the board of Coal India to do so, rather than pushing back, because they have full independence and they haven't used that power to do so.
So, Oscar, have you got a response from Coal India to your letter?
We haven't received a response yet.
Oscar, I suppose much of this is obviously happening at the interference of the Prime Minister. It's the Prime Minister that has directed the Coal Secretary to go for it. So it's unlikely that the government may actually change its position. So what are the legal options that you're weighing on this particular issue?
Well, I can't reveal the legal options we have, but I can tell you and share with you that we have done extensive legal work with some of the best lawyers in India, and we believe we have strong grounds. And some of the issues we have identified is a clear abuse of minority shareholders, and at the same time not really acting in the public interest either, because value-destroying decisions by the board are not in the public interest, given that the government owns 90% of the company, and hence it's the people of India who suffer the most from value-destroying actions. And so we believe that this is hurting the people of India 9 times more than the public shareholders.
Fair point. What about the special dividend? Are you happy with the 9.5 rupees per share special dividend announced by Coal India?
Absolutely. I mean, very encouraging to see Prime Minister Singh involvement in the whole debate about the allocation of cash from PSUs. I think it's a very good step in the right direction to allocate some of the excess cash, which is well over $10 billion for Coal India. And one of the other aspects Mr. Singh mentioned was a share buyback. And what we're trying to explain, and what we've explained in many conversations with the Ministry of Finance, is that when a company buys back an undervalued share, and Coal India is certainly undervalued, it's highly accretive for shareholders. And again, owning a vast majority of the shares, that's hugely beneficial to the people of India.
Oscar, what about the reverse process? The government directive on public sector undertaking buyback as well as cross-holding program. Will you be comfortable if Coal India may have to buy a stake in another PSU?
Well, based on our conversations with the various ministries, this was just a theoretical consideration, and there's, as far as I understand, no serious intention to get involved in any cross shareholdings that would be perceived by the markets as a very negative action, and a few steps back. So I don't believe this is a very realistic option. I don't think, and I think the probability of this to be introduced is highly unlikely.
Oscar, one final question, and a very quick one at that. Your outlook on Coal India stock returns that you expect in FY13?
Well, we are incredibly optimistic, given that a lot of the bad news has been priced in. We feel that, with the great focus from the government to try to accelerate the production of Coal India and accelerate the clearances, the volume growth might come back and should come back. We feel that the initiatives we've been working on, such as coal washing, could actually start to pay off as we're getting great traction on the coal washing front, which would be very beneficial from an environmental point of view, but also for Coal India. And there's some other catalysts which hopefully and likely will unlock the enormous upside in Coal India.
So at 342 current market price, what's the upside or return on the stock that you're expecting in FY13?
I wish I could. We don't share that information, but it's substantial, the upside. We wouldn't otherwise be so heavily engaged in this stock, and we wouldn't have committed so much capital. It's the only investment we have.
Right.
We believe it's the best investment in India.